Alrighty, guys, we are going to be talking about how I made $0 today and how I did not trade at all. And yeah, just kind of going over the market, what happened at open on gold, give you my two thoughts, and yeah, just give you my whole analysis going into the rest of the week. Okay, so let us get into it. So if you watched the video on um whatever, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago on Friday, I think. You'd have seen that I already covered like potential scenarios on what I think gold's gonna do, but specifically discretionarily, you said you saw that I said that there was two trades that you could have possibly taken, one off of this area of low volume right here, and then one off this area of low volume right here. And if we actually go down to the lower time frame, and we're actually I'm pulling up NinjaTrader for you guys because it's just a bit easier to see. You can see that these levels were actually bottom tick levels, right? Here and here. So here you could have caught in a scalp as well as here. Obviously, we'd be targeting this high because just the way what happened was actually, if you see, we kind of ticked up and the algorithms barely hit VWAP, or they didn't, I guess, or whatever. I don't know why. It's actually, yeah, it barely hit VWAP, or no, it didn't. Yeah, I don't know. It essentially a VWAP's right here, but like I was like, damn, there's no way it, like ticked it and then would have just dumped like that. So I still want to see us trade up to VWAP over here. But yeah, essentially, you could have gotten these two bottom ticks, discretionarily for like 1-to-1s, maybe 1-to-2s, I don't know. But I didn't really like that aggression on open, so I just stayed out. And yeah, you can see that these areas are acting as our areas of control, where you see we came in here, we actually failed to retest these areas here, because also, oh look what happened here. This is actually so funny. You can see if we look at this week's VWAP, bro, look at that. Look at these ticks off VWAP. Take here, like just great reactions of being able to buy out VWAP over here. And then you can also see these low volume nodes. What are they doing? They're acting as retest levels, right? We retest here, go down, go down, go down, like lots of great scalping opportunities, right? Even here, again, retested it, went up. So you could have definitely scalped these, right? These two areas, and it's very obvious if you draw them out. But my original analysis of, let me go back to the higher time frame here really quickly. My original analysis of, hey, like we're gonna potentially retrace off here and then go take out that high and then dump, didn't play out, but those reactions did technically, right, for scalps. Now if you notice this composite profile here that I'm looking at, I'm gonna give you some sauce. Actually, what you want to do is that when you are kind of analyzing your volume profile, what you can do is you can go to the weeks, all right, and then you can see individually like what price is doing. If you go over here like this, you can see that you can see the individual profiles, right? And then you can see like where the low volume nodes are, like where's our thin areas, right? So we have a thin area here, thin area here. So it's kind of obvious that we're gonna push through this area, right? With very high probability most likely. And honestly, I think at open we could definitely see some retrace now and then going up higher again. Could that be a good discretionary trade? Maybe. I'd like to see us retrace past this low, maybe over here. But yeah, if you see though these other previous profiles, like this one, and this one, it all adds all of that up, right? So if I go over here, go to indicators, and then go to the volume profile, go here, go to composite, and I say, 3 weeks back, right? So it's gonna take the last three profiles, it's gonna put them all into one, right? So 1, 2, 3, and therefore you can kind of get a better idea of where our areas are. And well, it's obvious. You can see, we have our main low volume area, right, like here. It's also our VAH. So seeing a retrace up until our VAH and then seeing a sell off back into this low is something I want to see, with high probability, right, with high conviction. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. Again, there's really no other trades. I mean, if we were to zoom in here again a little bit more, either VWAP trades or scalps off here, LVNs as retests. But again, you would have to have done this discretionarily, right? I don't test these things. I have my own strategy, but when I'm trading discretionarily, this is what I'm looking for. But I'm just not at the point where I'm comfortable trading discretionary right now, based off my P&L, based off my funded accounts, etc. But I do this. I will trade like this at very rare points in my trading, right? But yeah. So then over here on the fucking current week, right? We're gonna pump past these, react over this high, react over somewhere here. Oh, let me put this over here. React somewhere here most likely, and then have that sell off, right? So I think like a good area, like a good average area would be like maybe like here. I don't know. I think that'd be a good This is also like, yeah, this is let's see here. Yeah, this would be a good area, I think. 22 would be down here, and then we can even honestly, you see this like little. So this is something I will say as well. If you have like two low volume areas, you can see we have one here and one here. But you see that little like that like spike in volume. That's actually like a relative high volume area, right? Like a POC. So honestly, like you can just take it right at here. So like 5224.6 seems like a pretty good area for a short, actually, surprisingly. So we could look at that. Now, I do have another indicator, my valuation tool. Fuck, I shouldn't even said that. Fuck. But yeah, I'm not gonna say any more on that. It's just a really good tool. If it starts to slope upwards, a discretionary retrace like this could be high probability to then go higher. So if you just look at the candle structure as well on the lower time frame, based on the CDV, right, we can see. And actually, I want to actually make this a bit higher. So let's actually go over here, and then let's do 10 higher time frame candles. So we can see 10. You're gonna see it's gonna update beautifully. Look at that. Wow, look at that. So we can see 10 higher time frame candles on the lower time frame. So based off this, what I want to see now is I want to see price action because we're about to close, right? It's already like 4 o'clock. I want to see price action. Excuse me. Probably retraced past this internal low here, react off this area of demand right here, as just a retest, make another wick, and then go higher, right? So that'll honestly be a really good discretionary short. I think I might take that, honestly. I don't like, though, that we didn't really retest the open on this. So you can see right here, like we opened up and then we just pumped up and we didn't retest this opening of this wick. So I don't know. It could be just getting reclaimed later. So what'll happen is like if we open up on Tuesday now and we just gap up to our area, well, we're not gonna take this trade anymore because now it's invalidated, right? Because if price now does this, right, and then ends up doing this, it'll just invalidate all of this and make a low like this, and then whatever, do this, right? So that's what I'm thinking at. But again, no trades. Again, we're just in this consolidating range. We need some structure to play out. If you do want to take a trade, and I'm gonna give this to you guys live. I would say somewhere in this area, right? Somewhere in this area. We still got to wait to see where price ends up on the day. But either here, this area of demand, which is what I really like, or this area of demand. We got two areas. Now, if you want to just combine it into one like this, you could. And then you could just put your trade at the first point, like right here, and then have a decent enough stop, and then do something like this, like for like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, which is good. It's a good room, breathing room, and it's a good trade because again, why this is almost a 95% chance of getting reclaimed because again, this area is super thin. There's no volume here. It's a low volume area and it's thin, right? So we should just kind of push through it, right? So that's what I'm thinking. But overall bias still for shorts, tap off this area, VAH, low volume area should still be valid. And then we want to see that retrace down after we hit it, right? Like we want to come see we hit the area and then some type of structure change like this. Now, if we do this and we end up closing the day somewhere here, well, very simply, we're going to expect that wake up and then a move back down all the way down this low. So it's worth taking a discretionary trade like this if this ends up happening. We close the day around here. If it doesn't, well, you're just down 1R, but we still would have made money on this or this, and then you would still be up net positive, right? So yeah, again, sitting on our hands, you can see as well, like overall this range here. So this is kind of, I'm not gonna say like there were good opportunities. If you're trading discretionarily, based off how I teach you, like there are some good opportunities. I'm not gonna lie, but again, I just sat out because just be patient, follow my original analysis, and that's really it, guys. But hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm testing out some new quality on the microphone, so please let me know if you guys like the audio quality and if I need to fix it or not. I'm hoping it's good. I added some like filters and shit, but yeah, let me know if you have any questions, guys. But I will see you guys tomorrow whenever I post a recap tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to keep these going and be more consistent with these guys. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.